These set of shelves behind my bedroom door hold textbooks and notes and all of that from school. But there's a specific thing. Now, this isn't going to be good anymore, but I think it's just these that are relevant, sort of, to today's video response, because Spoon's video yesterday was about his history with cameras. I think you're looking at me. Close enough. And this, yeah, like I said, this photo paper isn't going to be good anymore, but I kept it with my folder of assignments and photos for photography, because cameras and photography were what he talked about. So I figure I could just follow up with my own walkthrough of that. I got my own camera in high school. It was used from a friend of the family, and I poked around online to see if I could figure out what it was. And I remember it was a Pentax, and I think it was an MX, because looking at the when and how they look, that one seems to be the best fit, because I know it was a black and chrome camera and it was a Pentax. So I had that, and I took a photography and journalism class in high school, so I got to use it there for black and white photography, and I liked that, and I like I do not like the smell of being in a darkroom developing pictures, but I like being in a darkroom developing pictures. And I had that camera for a while, but Mom took it on a trip that involved the ocean, and she didn't actually drop it in the water, but nonetheless it got salt water in its inner workings, and it was dead. After that, for me, was not another film camera. The next camera I actually had, and this one I spent money on, was one of these, Canon PowerShot. It was fairly new at the time. I think it cost me like $150. And it was a pretty good camera. Yeah, you have to re-white balance again. I am not that yellow. My hair is, but my face is not. Anyway, it was a good camera, but it was a very high drain device. It took 4 AA batteries, and if they weren't like good quality ones, they were dead as soon as you turned the camera on. And it could do video, but that only made it eat through even the best batteries in, I know it was less than a half an hour. So yeah, it was a beast so far as being high drain, and I had that for a good long while. I'm not entirely sure what happened to it, but I know I really just stopped using it because it was so high drain that it wasn't really a good manageable thing. But it was digital, which made it easier to, you know, actually do things with the pictures. After that, I had that while I was in school, but it's not a film camera. I borrowed a 35mm for when the college black and white photography course happened. It's different folders of paper aside. We had to keep all of our negatives and our proofs and sort all of our pictures with the assignments. So I still have all of this. I had another one of these that should be right here. Oh no, I think I saved it for a later project, because I have one of these that actually I got a picture of a bee with. So, yeah. Let's see. This is still my car stereo. Oh, picture of my sweet boy. Yeah, I am not finding the one I wanted, because I really liked that one that I caught the bumblebee with. Anyway, oh well. So, yeah, and again, there was I am not a fan of the smell of developing, but I like the process and I like the nice quiet alone time. So, there's that. And then I got myself a camera that could record video because I was going to VidCon in 2012 and I wanted to have a way to capture that. So we go from this to this. The downside is it didn't have a screen that I could see while I was recording for the vlogging stuff, so when I was using that for vlogging, because until its USB connector fried, I don't know how, but that was the way it charged by USB, so even though I could still get the, I think it was micro SD out to get the last of the data off of it, it being unable to charge meant that it wasn't going to keep going, which is why I got what I'm talking to you now on, and I can't take a picture of it because I don't have a smartphone. I don't want a smartphone. I don't have anything else that can take pictures. So, and it's funny because he had talked about a Sony Handycam. This is not quite the same model that he talked about. This one is a I can't read that without my glasses. It's very nearly the same camera he talked about. Cat toy. So, and I'd gotten this because I did not have the budget to spend a whole lot of money, and this does the job well enough, and it having a screen right here that you will likely notice that I keep my eyes are here instead of here. But it meant I didn't need a mirror behind the camera so that I could see what was in frame, because that's how I had to set up the Samsung. I had it on this on my desk with a mirror behind it so I could see what was in frame. And it was not always the best at keeping my face in frame. But, right, so this is a HDR CX 405. He has a 1 something, but yeah. Same series, slightly later, or more recent model, because I only got this when that Samsung died. Last year? I think it was last year. So, yeah, cameras. I did want to respond with my own history with cameras and some photography. Yeah, that's more than enough rambling. But you haven't had kitty time. Kitty time. Oh, look, kitty. At least you're keeping it warm for me, huh? Alright. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.